I was in school, unfortunately, I watched older niggas pull up for the young bitches. So it was like,
when you was
in
school, no, when
I
was in school, nigga.
Facts. That's because that nigga wrote Aaliyah's first album. Age ain't nothing but a number.
He probably took her virginity
that
too.
Was niggas' line.
Facts.
That was niggas'
age
line.
Ain't nothing but a number. We was telling bitches that all the time. Bitch, you say I'm a baby?
I'm telling older bitches.
Yeah, I'm a baby. Baby, nothing but a number, baby. What you talking about? I ain't gonna lie. I just came from a place today when a girl could try to hit me with like, oh, you're just a baby. I'm like, baby girl, I'm probably more mature than the people you had sex with. So let's not go there, you know? So in some aspect, age ain't nothing but just a number. But in some aspect, it's just a pedophile statement.
That is
nah.
That statement is only made when y'all. You can say that when y'all both above age.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up age? What's up age?
We both over 21. Age ain't nothing but.
And I like that you said 21, not 18.
But should it be a standard
I'm
though?
30 and you 14. Age is a number.
That's rape.
That's rape.
That's to me, you're mentally taking advantage of somebody who has
that's the thing about it.
Conceptualized the things in life.
Yeah, they don't know
taking
nothing.
Advantage of that.
They're kids.
Yeah, that's a
even
child.
18 to me is tricky.
I think if somebody is 10 years younger than you, you shouldn't indulge in that.
So if I'm 40, I shouldn't fuck with somebody who's 30.
I don't know. You might kind of be manipulating them.
Nah. That's not the same thing.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's not the same
As
thing.
funny as that is, it's some real shit to that. It's real shit because a 30-year-old might not be 30 mentally.
But at the same time,
some real shit.
But they older than 21
Nah,
mentally.
but in this age, a lot of people don't even reach 30 when they reach 30. On some real shit.
I'm just saying that because I know I did a lot by the age of 10.
Nigga, I did a lot. Facts.
So it's a lot of shit that happened in 10
Facts,
years.
my nigga. So it's like one of those, right? So do you feel like if you was messing with an older woman, like at the age of 14, she was like 25, do you feel like you were being raped?
You said what?
You were messing with an older woman. You're 14 years old. You're messing with your babysitter. She's 25 years old plus. Is that rape on the woman's side?
It depends on if I approach the situation or she approached the situation.
But you're 14. No, wait. But you're 14.
I know, but
even if you approach it and she says yes, how does that look on her? You're 14. She's 25.
You could be a smart ass 14-year-old and know how to manipulate a situation.
I was
right.
I was that guy. I've been in that
situation. So you say
I just said
you're saying you're getting an older woman that's 10 years older than you at a teenager because you're that guy, not because she's trying to take advantage of you.
As far as I was that story you're talking about, I was that 15-year-old.
Oh, so you was that 15-year-old.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you were taken advantage of?
No.
Why? Because you got what you want?
I was advanced the situation. Like
right.
I was putting the moves like I moved like I was her age.
Or maybe she was moving like your age.
I dealt with somebody at that age though.
Or maybe she like when it comes to women, women like that, aren't they moving younger?
Nah, that's why I learned manipulation.
So you're a prime manipulator.
No, she was trying to manipulate me.
Oh, so you got BP.
So
yeah,
what's a reverse psychology?
Sex or nothing like that. She was just trying to like.
She touched your tip. You let you put the tip in.
She was too giving.
I don't like bitches that's too giving.
It's too giving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What makes you want to give this pum pum so easy?
And it wasn't even that. She was just trying to give me money, buy me shit. It's just like, nah, you doing too much.
Why you doing all of that? Like, damn, bitch.
So how'd you take advantage of that situation?
Huh?
How'd you take advantage of that situation?
I didn't.
Oh.
I would.
I stopped picking up the phone. It's not hard to get
out. Is it because you had other older bitches who was trying to give you shit too?
Nah. It was just, I know how to get out of situations. I just stopped picking up the phone. At that age, I was doing a lot.
So you were more mature than you needed to be at that age as well,
Probably.
too.
I was hanging with everybody older than me.
So mentally, you was kind of a whore yourself.
I guess, if you want to call it that. I'm not going to call it that, but if you want to call it that. I don't know. I was just learning life.
So all the young black males who's been in your situation where a lot of people are saying that older women of that time actually took advantage of them, what is your response to that?
That's a lie.
That's a lie? So you felt like you, as an example of that situation, you were never taking what's the word? Advantage of?
A person could only do to me what I allowed them to do to me.
But what if you don't know what the fuck they're doing?
That sounds crazy.
So
yeah, but you don't cause
how old were you when you understood sex?
I know what people are doing. I just don't know your intentions.
How old were you understood sex?
Huh?
How old were you when you first understood sex?
Yeah, I started early. You know what I'm saying?
But was it really understanding sex?
Yes. I was probably like 17, 16.
So what did you understand about sex about that point?
Everything, the whole body, what happens, what I do.
You ain't know shit at 17. Stop lying.
Crazy. I started at 13. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, me too. I was starting at 13 too, bro.
And I fucked 2 bitches that day. What you talking about?
The day you lost your virginity.
The day I lost my virginity,
So you lost your virginity to 2 girls,
yes.
technically?
Yes.
Facts, swag.
I shouldn't have just said that, but I did.
It don't matter. It's the past. What's that shit called? Statute of limitations. There you go. You was young. It don't matter.
Exceeds the statute of limitations.
Ain't nobody gonna say
It ain't no
that.
longer rape on the woman's end.
Wait, what? We weren't talking about that. I was just talking about the story.
No, but to me, I like to bring this up because it's like American standards, right? Like, you know, niggas was fucking at 9 years old when they were in Jamaica.
That's crazy.
I lost my virginity at 9, maybe younger.
9, 10.
But
that's why I like to bring
puberty.
the conversation. That's why I like to bring the conversation.
That's puberty. That's that 10 years I'm talking about. That's when
Well,
your life.
that's what I'm saying.
That's when a life
Different reasons
situation
bring
happens.
different growth to you physically. Because it's like if you're exposed to certain things at a young age, your body's going to develop a little bit quicker than other people as well too. Your mind is going to develop a little quicker than others too. You got to understand. But again, when I was that time, keep it a buck, I was just rumming and jumming.
I actually think it's worse nowadays.
In terms of
You don't hear these kids outside?
facts.
You
Yeah.
don't hear the shit that comes out their mouth like.
Facts.
Yeah, they be wildin'. They be wildin'. They be wildin'.
Facts.
A school or
What
something.
they gotta
like, the
go,
shit that come out their
what
mouth
we
is
had to
crazy.
go search and look for.
It's
that
there.
shit
It's right there. Yeah,
Right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And you gotta think, back then,
And it's
you
worse.
had to have the nuts.
Facts.
You had to have the balls to go do
All you
certain
gotta
shit.
do is this.
Now you just got this.
Yeah, I had to earn my
they
nudes.
They can find some shit on their shit by accident.
Fact, I had to earn
It's
my
worse
nudes back
because
then.
if you're not an active parent, you just giving them this. You just giving them the lecture.
Oh, nah, we
you
go
just
through
giving
that
them shit
phone.
like that,
That phone
and they
better
just
be
gonna go
searched.
do whatever they
Hell
gonna do.
no.
What's an active parent? Because I know on his end,
We
him
ain't-
and his
we
wife,
ain't
they
playing that
put
shit.
parental locks
Hell yeah.
on shit.
Hell yeah,
shit
nah,
like
'cause-
that. But
on
some
my
people
cell
not.
phone right now.
Some people not
Word.
into shit like that.
Yeah,
You have
nigga.
access to your kids' phones right
I can
now.
lock that shit up right now.
Right now, nigga. That's it. No, because on some real shit, like you said, they could do it by accident. They don't even know what the fuck they doing. Sometimes, or they know what the fuck they doing, and I need to see what the fuck they doing
Check their
because
search engine.
Yeah.
She already been looking like, alright.
they think
boy.
they think they could
Leave it
delete
alone.
everything too. That's
But
the
you
fucked
can't.
up part. You can't.
can't.
Nah, you're not smart enough.
Nah, you got the internet. You got
The internet is forever.
iCloud.
Yeah,
Everybody want iPhone now.
iCloud
iCloud hooked up
is the-
everything.
Thank
She
you.
be on that screen time too
It's
much.
funny,
lock
right? I
down.
had people come into my job like, yo, I feel like I'm being tracked. I don't know how my wife keep finding out where I'm at. I'm like, nigga, was she the one that set up your iCloud information? Yeah, then that's why.
She got your
Go right in
location,
there,
bro.
turn your location on.
Nah, but if they have your iCloud information, you ain't like turning that shit off don't mean shit. Your iCloud is your life, bro, when it comes to your iPhone. That's who you are as an iPhone. It don't matter if you turn your location off. Nobody have access to your iCloud itself. They can find you.
I got it.
They can
Don't
find
even
you.
worry about it.
There's some girls out there they're crazy out there, man. I don't know. I ain't even trying to live like that where so like I don't know, like I feel like this is where one of my blessings of not having kids is because I don't have nobody who's trying to tell me all type of different shit of what it means to have a child. Because a lot of women like to dictate how a man should take care of their child, and also dictate the consistency of when they have to take care of their child as well too.
Nobody,
That's if you're a half-ass man.
nobody could
That
That
too.
Like that.
Nobody
too,
could
I was
tell
gonna say
me
that.
how.
Yeah.
Nobody could tell me how and what to instill in my kids.
Okay, so you believe what Kanye said?
I'm gonna instill in my kids what I want them to know, and I'm gonna let them have the open mind to explore and learn what they want to learn at the same time.
So what if your child is trying to explore something that you completely disagree with as a man?
We gotta talk about it.
Yeah, that's a conversation.
You got to figure it out because at the end of
Make
the
me understand.
yeah, that too. Because
That's a good point.
Because if you can't make me understand, then you could forget about it until you can make me understand.
Because kids are also like, you won't understand what the fuck they talking about, but they gonna tell you how they feel, and you be just like, sometimes you might not agree with the shit, but you be like, I'm gonna steer you in the right direction if you gonna go down that path. I'm gonna teach you along your way.
So is it safe to say everybody in here got kids but me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sound about right.
Step up to the plate.
Was the first child an
Hey,
accident
I
or
ain't telling
planned?
him that, bro. Enjoy your shit.
Was the first
And
child
there really
planned
no
or
such
as an
thing
accident?
An accident or a plan, bro. A child is a blessing, however it comes.
I understand that, but what I mean by accident is that you ain't playing for that motherfucker.
Most people don't plan.
That's what I'm saying. Most people are accidents.
Most people that plan for it, they don't come for
bro. So you consider yourself an accident?
Hell yeah, I was.
Nah, you can't look at yourself like that.
Yo,
I was. I'm like the perfect accident.
I don't even want you to elaborate.
Bro, honestly, nigga, I'm the type of person. I'm the guy in my life, other than like my sister and shit, who's gonna bring that blessing to my family. Most people, like even at the time when our parents had us, they weren't thinking about kids. They just want to have sex. Most of the times, that's what I mean by accident. Most of the times, nigga, when you like, we know we know the results of putting your penis into a woman. We know it.
Was you the first child?
No.
All right then.
But nigga, after that, but think about it. After you have your first
mistake.
After you have your first child,
second one is on purpose.
I wasn't even the second.
Thank you.
I wasn't even the second.
After that, you definitely was on purpose.
Nah, I was the third. That was the accident.
No, it wasn't.
It was. Cause think about it, my nigga. My brother and sister is like my brother and sister is 4 years apart, and me from my brother is, what am I like? What 10 years apart from that nigga?
That's how it be sometimes.
Yeah.
Nah.
My sister, what? 14 years apart.
Yeah, me and mine.
And I'm going based off the memories I have of. I'm going based off the memories I have of my parents.
My oldest brother, like a year and a half older than me.
I know you're close with your brother.
And the rest of my siblings is 3 years younger than me.
See,
like
but
my youngest sister is 3 years younger than me. Then 3 years later, my little brother was born. Then 3 years later, my little sister was born. And then
see, that's not an accident. That's planned. Every 3 years.
The only gap was from my baby brother. My baby brother was born. I think I was 16 when my little brother was born.
That's when they had their last child.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Like I feel like. Well, how old were when you had your first child?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I was 25.
25? But see,
I was going on 25.
That's a good age, though. There's a lot of people who's having their first child at like 18, 19. So it's like, to me, that's a child having a child.
Even at 25, though, you still kind of a child.
You ever peep like this? Look over in African tribes or different tribes of the places.
But we're not African tribes.
But, all right, so... We can't say we not, but then in other instances, we try to throw that shit on.
Nah, but that's not me, because I'm one of those people that can compare the difference between a 5-year-old Jamaican child and a 5-year-old American child. Mentally, there's a huge difference between that. That's why I don't like to sit there to argue. Like, and I also learned that most of the people here isn't even from Africa. Your ancestry doesn't even trace to Africa, it trace to here.
That's why I said other tribes, too.
Yeah, but even then as well, too, mentally, they're ahead of the American mentality as well too.
So boom, if they're mentally ahead, how can we look at it as different? We only deem it different because of what standards got put on us. Other places, they have kids, however they have kids, whenever they have kids.
I get that as well too, but see, to me, the only reason that separates the difference between having a child young here and having a child young in other countries is because of the life of how you're taught differently with life. You're prepared quicker than you are here. Like, if you go up here at 13, you're still a baby.
Yeah, but
if you go to certain countries at 13, you're ready to have kids.
Yeah, but at the same time, also that has to do with the standards of living.
But because that shows the cultural difference. That shows the cultural difference.
That shows the luxury that cultures have. Because,
is that luxury though?
Yeah, because
to be able to have a baby at 13 is that luxury?
No, that's why you having a baby at 13 is unnormal here, because us having child at a young age is like over there. They have kids at a young age because.
But I know, also, but nowadays those foreign countries aren't having babies at 14.
They strengthen their but it's strength in the family. Also,
it is, but they're at a point now more they don't have to have those babies for the family no more.
But over here, some people probably get. Like some females probably get like put out if they have a baby or they get pregnant.
Well, hold on.
Because of their parents, like what their parents
and what they was instilled for them growing up.
In another country, it's not like that. They taking the baby in and at the village raising.
But you know that says it's like, yo, life expectancy in certain places is not what it is here, and medicine is not. However fucked up our insurance and health system is, it's still not what it is here. So. You having kids at a young age is kind of traditional thing that's been happening. That's just been passed down for centuries. We don't do that here because we don't have to have kids at young ages. We don't have to work at young ages. We don't have to do that shit. But that's what
makes it such a trial thing on us, because we don't have to. Society don't prepare you for it, but it happens.
Yeah, no, it happens.
That's the problem. It still happens even though we're not prepared for it. So now you have these 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds having kids, and they don't even know how to uphold a household. Compared to back then.
What the fuck type of shit is that?
But my nigga, but that's what even if it's not 13, it's the 16. So it's like, what, 3 years? Yeah. 3 years makes a difference to some people, but 3 years, they're still the same as they was at 13.
Mm-hmm.
So mentally speaking.
Somebody here said, it goes into the household. You feel me? Because, once again, if you got a 13-year-old girl pregnant in her household and her mother don't seem like nothing's wrong with it, and the boyfriend and shit is there, like, we know something's clearly wrong with the shit. You feel me? But in their household, that shit's normal. The mother was probably like that. The mother's probably in the house pregnant too.
Facts.
Like, how many times do we see shit like that?
That's actually a normal thing.
It's normal.
But I think that's the culture that we live in right now. Because like I said, even growing up, my nigga, none of that was normal to me.
Nah, like
it wasn't.
The parenting was different.
That shit ain't
like you're not gonna sit here and have kids out of the necessity of not having kids. Like having kids back then was a reason because it's gonna add to the household. You know? Nowadays people are having kids just because they're having sex. Like that's the difference nowadays. We're having kids out of pleasure, not of a necessity or the feel of necessity. We don't feel like we have to provide kids just to bring that extra thing to the household or anything like that. A lot of people are like, "Yo, mom, I'm pregnant." And if you ask them why they got pregnant, it's not because I need to do this. It's because I was having sex with this person and I got pregnant.
That's a crazy ass question to ask your kid though. Why you got pregnant? How? What you mean? Why? You know what the fuck? How?
Condoms. That's what the parenting protection.
My point. So you have a society. You have a society that have all of these things to prevent you from being pregnant.
But watch this. That's our society trying to prevent what?
But again, I'm not a big on contraceptives. But you're right. But that also shows as a society we don't know how to practice safe sex.
In other countries, they're not practicing safe sex. They're fucking.
Nah, but other countries are more transparent with sex, which makes it safer. In a whole different argument. Transparency bring a whole different type of safety to the conversation because if you're more transparent how you want sex, somebody's deemed to tell you more of I'm not with that.
True.
They're more to tell you that's not me or find somebody who's more sexually compatible with them. Now over here, sex is so taboo, you don't want to talk about it, and then you have sex with somebody just to realize, oh, we're not sexually compatible.
Shit, I don't even think people get to that point nowadays.
It's not even a conversation to even have.
Just on the third, you fuck. Like,
and that's it. And it's going.
And if you don't like it, you move on.
Who you like, y'all like a few pics. Before you know it, end of the night, y'all together, y'all fuck. Like, this shit is normal now. Like, society's weird, bro. Like, this shit is the new norm is the new norm. Like, we don't have to go out and approach women anymore. Like, we could just sit back and go on
an app
and become who
they want us to be.
You feel me? Like, a lot of people, they get stuck in that shit. And it's like, they start living behind the goddamn phone screen. And it's like, who are you?
Mm-hmm. And then the bigger question is, who am I?
You feel me? Like,
like I'm chasing somebody who I don't even know. Like, what does that mean about me?
They are no more, like.
Because a lot of people don't even know themselves. That's why they're chasing anything.
No, that's true.
That's a fact.
This world is crazy, man. This world is fucking crazy.
People are trash, too.
People are fucking trash. Women are trash. Men are trash. That's just a crazy world that we live in, bro.
The internet, bro.
Yeah.
The internet is one of our biggest downfall in this fucking world.
It's the internet.
The internet, we try to be what the internet wants us to be, but yes, we try to tell ourselves we are not the internet at the same time.
Also,
but what is the internet telling us to be?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this one right here.
It's wild shit on the internet.
It's the Matrix.
You know how they say the calculator is dumb as its operator?
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I think the internet just shows you what you want it to show you.
It's about what you're searching.
It's about the algorithm.
I'm about to say, because once you start searching certain shit
start popping up.
You what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But it's just like it's gambling. You could stop whenever you want, but you're not gonna stop.
But to me,
if you're addicted, and most people are addicted to social media.
I don't like the word addiction when it comes to certain things. Like, I agree there's psychological dependency when it comes to certain things. And that's why we continually try to strive for that feeling it gives us psychologically. Some things are addiction, yes, like when it comes to drug abuse and certain things. But a lot of things when it comes to like sex and things like that, it's a psychological dependency. Because we're used to the euphoric feeling that it gives us when we're at that rush. So that's why we continue to chase it.
So you think people get addicted to alerts when their phone go off? from social media?
Yes, by far.
But that's what I'm saying.
So that's an addiction.
Yeah.
It is, but there's also the surface level of it become a psychological dependency before it becomes an addiction. Like, you become dependent on having those likes. You become dependent on having that attention, getting those alerts. And after a while, when you're not getting those and you start feeling withdrawals and you start doing certain things just to get those, it becomes an addiction. Like, there's a level to it. Like, you go through different stages of it. Yes, you can be dependent on it, but the dependency doesn't mean that you're going to change your actions to get exactly what you want. But the dependency means that you get a different type of feeling out of it. But when you're addicted to it, you're willing to do whatever it means and whatever it takes just to get the feeling. That's my perspective.
Right. So now, that with that same perspective, if that same person could turn those alerts into actual money, currency, can that become addiction?
I feel like now you're capitalizing off my dependency.
No, that's not a dependency.
No, I feel like you're capitalizing off my dependency to then force it toward an addiction because of your gains out of it. Because you're gaining something out of it, you then feel the need to double down on what you're doing. Because you're double down on what you're doing, it adds to my dependency. Now, when I can't just depend on what you do, I'm addicted to it. Now I'm willing to do whatever I need to do just to get the feeling that I get from your product.
I feel like I'm lost as fuck right now.
No, I look into this.
No, you're turning it into something else.
I looked into shit into
no,
this.
because I'm
That's
like,
the high spill going on right now.
no, because
Yeah.
it's a good conversation because
I'm not.
right,
I'm
because
lost.
that could be an issue. Listen,
I'm
these
lost,
alerts could be an issue in a relationship. This
Most
is what
times
I'm
it
getting
could
to.
be.
So look, if I could turn, if my bitch wake up every morning and get on her phone and get on social media because it's alerts going off, and I'm getting mad at that, that kind of shows me what kind of person I am. If I could turn that into revenue and currency, that's not a dependency or addiction. That's just me understanding what's going on.
Nah, but at a certain point, some people only turn it into currency because they're trying to rationalize their dependency. Because, my nigga, I can sit here and tell you that I don't have a psychological dependency on weed, and I sit here and start this podcast because I feel the value of weed and I understand what it do for other people and how other people gravitate to it. But I would be a fool to not acknowledge the fact that I gravitate to weed because there is some type of dependency towards it. But I'm not addicted to it where I feel like I have to go quit my job. I have to go abandon my family, betray them to do what it takes to smoke weed.
No, you're
a functional addict.
No. That's a contradiction. That's a contradiction. I'm a functional dependent. I'm a functional dependent. It's a difference, my nigga, because when you think of the word,
like you're trying to bend it.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm trying to.
You don't like the word addiction.
No, it's not even
what I'm
that.
saying-
Because I'm
what
trying to
I'm-
understand. There's a mental difference when it comes to it. It's like, all right, Kendrick Lamar just came out and saying he has. I don't even know what's the word to say. He has a dependency on sexual acts. He has a sexual dependency.
He's a sex addict.
All right, a lot of people say that, right? But would you say his
addiction?
addiction?
Like the word.
Well, no.
You don't like the word. You
No,
don't
I'm
like
just
that
saying.
word
I'm just saying.
addiction.
I'm creating a conversation now. So now, if Kendrick Lamar come out and can say, I'm a sex addict right now, would we still portray him the same way? And if he was supposed to tell us he have a dependency on sex?
Unfortunately, I don't give a fuck what goes on behind.
No, I get that, but I'm talking about the wording. I'm talking about the wording.
I don't care what he's talking about.
But like, why would we even care that he even came out and said that?
That's not the conversation.
I get what you're saying. No, I get
That's
what
not
you're
the
saying.
conversation.
He's
The
saying-
conversation is basically
he's
saying
saying-
we
Even
as a society, we
ex
have
Kendrick
a
out.
sex dependency.
Even ex Kendrick out. Use us. But using that word addict, regardless of what, dependent, you trying to bend it because you don't like the word
I don't.
addiction. And it doesn't
it's not
matter
even that,
what you're
my nigga.
addicted to. It could be fruit. It could be sugar. It could be whatever it is.
So would you say a smile is the same as a smirk? No, it's not, because a smile gives off a different intention than a smirk.
It's not the same thing. A
That's
smile
my
and a
point.
smirk is not
That's
the same
my
thing.
point. It's like we can't sit here and yes, we can talk about there's similarities between things, but we can't categorize them as the
Do you
same
feel
every
like
single time.
Do you abuse weed?
Do I abuse weed? At times, yes, but not every single time. Because there's times when I feel like I'm dependent on weed too much that I have to slow down.
Because you're about to become what?
An addict. Because there's a difference between having a dependency on it and become addicted to it.
But
Wait,
even
hold on,
go ahead,
hold on,
go
wait.
ahead, bro.
So, a person who does a hard narcotic, they're still addicted to it, right? But they still get up, they go to work, they provide for their family, they take care of their household, they clean, they do another. Their vice is their vice. You could be addicted to whatever.
That's not an addiction no more.
How is not?
You having a dependency on it.
Wait.
It's not.
Because an addiction
So,
ruin your life.
hold on.
An addiction ruin your life.
I'm about to hold
An addiction ruin your life.
Hold on. I got this.
An addiction ruin your life.
I'm about to split this.
How though?
The way he's defining the word addict is different from the way we are categorizing,
End
it, right?
result. What
So,
you're saying,
right?
is it the end result?
He's saying
Not
no.
even just
He's
it's just
saying
the factors that's
he's saying
involved
you
in
don't
that
become an
specific
addict
situation.
until you're willing to throw your life away for it. If you have a stable job,
That don't
you
make
are
sense.
chilling. It's just
Bro,
a mental
if you're still
dependency.
handling the things that you do, and
you have a
could be
stable job. It's different now, but you have a stable job that gives urines. You're still risking your life.
No, that's the difference.
smoke weed every
no,
day.
that's the difference.
And you can take a random urine.
That's the
What's the
difference.
difference?
That's the difference. Because me
You're still
personally,
functional, but you're still
I would
risking
never
your
chase.
job.
I would never chase.
Functionals all have.
Hear
but
me
you're
out.
still
Hear me out.
risking
I would never
your
chase
job.
a job that make me feel like I have to look over my shoulders because of the choices I made. Again, some people put themselves in positions to be addict.
But that's a choice you make.
My point. Sometimes the choices we make put us in positions to be do you wake up? Do you feel like somebody are forced to do heroin? Do you feel like a lot of people are forced to do heroin?
All this shit is a choice.
My point.
It's all a choice.
So once we make certain choice and we continue to make certain choices because of that pre-choice or that past choice, we become an addict.
But y'all keep.
But I feel like when you,
But
you
y'all
call
don't-
somebody
you
an
know,
addict,
what's it-
you
know, it's a
judging
choice
you're
and a decision
judging.
is
them.
We all judge. I'm not gonna sit here saying we don't judge. We all
Right,
fucking
but we
judge.
should not. We're
The
not in
reason
that-
why you won't date a certain girl because of certain reasons is because you're judging her based off the choices she made as a person. That's
No.
judging. If you feel like you don't fuck with a girl because she fuck with certain niggas, you're judging her.
No,
So you would never fuck with a girl because she
I
can
just
fuck
don't
with certain
fuck
niggas.
anything, bro.
But that's judging though.
No, that's just me.
So wouldn't you?
That you like in a
What
So
are you
wouldn't you say
talking
the
about?
same?
How am I
Hear me
judging
out.
people
So wouldn't you
'cause
say that's
I'm
basically
watching
fit?
when I stick my dick
So
in
what?
that.
So wouldn't you say
That don't
you're?
make sense.
Wouldn't
That
you
don't
say
make
you're
sense.
fitting that argument to fit
Alright.
you and
Alright.
what's convenient
What?
to you?
But I think that's a
hold on.
But that's what I'm trying to make.
Hold
the-
on, hold on.
No, I'm trying to bring the
Wait.
bigger conversation at this
Alright.
point now because you can say that about me and how I feel about being addiction and psychological dependency, but I can say that about everything about how people choose about how they move their life. Because we sit here and we rationalize the different choices we make, knowing that we will chastise somebody for making that same choice.
Yeah, that's human.
Based on my point.
That's
My point.
Hold on.
My point.
Hold on.
That's a human
Hold on.
trait
Hold on.
characteristics.
Hold on.
All humans do it. I don't give a fuck.
Hold on.